everybody, the season is upon us. It's Christmas round the corner, and I'm wearing a sensible trouser. That's just off the cuff. That's God, guys. It is a beautiful Sunday. Not so beautiful, riddled with tragedies over this weekend, but we're not going to get into it. This is a light, fluffy show. It is the first night of Hanukkah. Ironically, I will be very proudly lighting those candles this evening, thinking about everything that's happened in Australia, Brown University. You know, it becomes slippery because I don't like to be someone that only talks about issues that are applicable to me, because I find that to be really self-indulgent and just like performative allyship and like performative politics, which I don't really subscribe to. But all I'm going to say is this, okay? Lots of crickets this morning. Lots of crickets, okay? All of these, podium posters fighting for everyone and everything. People really just don't like Jewish people at the end of the day. Are we allowed to say that? Because if we're going to hold, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm just going to slip this in and then we're going to move past it. Not because I'm scared, but because I am here to lighten the load. Okay, we've been through enough. All I'll say is this. It's kind of gross. Okay, and I'm blinking at you. Crickets, 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 crickets. Lots of crickets this Sunday morning. Me no like crickets. Me no like raccoons. What's the rodent update in the Schimmel-Haas Hanukkah house? I'll tell you, it's looking good, okay? We had a full, rat trooper system come in, okay? It's like Fort Knox in here. And they came, this guy, anyone that dedicates their lives to exterminating rats has got to be a little kookadoodle-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a little too enthusiastic about the rodent hunt. He automatically eliminated the thought of it being a gerbil or, Andrew thought there was a raccoon or a squirrel. He said, typically squirrels want to be outside, okay? They're looking for nuts. They're not trying to, bury in your Restoration Hardware outlet sectional sofa, okay? Which, by the way, lots of questions about my ugly sofa. I hate that fucking sofa. It's Restoration Hardware. I got it right when we moved in. It was impossible to get furniture at that point in time. I sauntered to the Oxnard Restoration Hardware outlet store and it fit. I bought it. I needed immediate gratification, and that's the sofa, and dying to replace it, but want to get something custom made with burl wood sides with whatever. I can't. It's fine. Oh my God. The scariest part about the raccoon hunt, aka Rat Search 2025, is that they had to flip the sofa over. Loki was kind of hoping that there was rodents living in the sofa so I could get a new one, but they had to flip the sofa over because Ratman, let's call him Ratman Richard, okay, because his name was actually Richard. It sounds like a stage name to me, but he had an overbite that was his front teeth were in Canada and his back teeth were in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes and think about a rat man, someone who just gets a half chub talking about different rodent droppings, rodent habits, rodent furs, rodent tails, all of the things. Okay. He came over. He's like, we got to flip the sofa. I was like, why? And he's like, sometimes these rats like to get into the cushions. They'll find any warm spot that mimics a soft, safe environment and they'll bury and then they'll breed. I said, Richard, are you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me that when I sit down for my evening martini and stories, okay, that there's a possibility that there's a rat family living in my undercarriage in the upholstery of my Restoration Hardware outlet sofa? And he said, yes. And I said, flip it, bitch. Unfortunately, that was not the case. So he came in, he reset our birds of prey timers all in the attic. We have a bunch of traps. He was like, do you want, he says, we have great traps that are humane. So catch and release, non-toxic. I said, Richard, rat man. I want blood in that attic, okay? I'm not looking for a non-toxic, inhumane. I want those fuckers dead, and I want them to tell their friends about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more toxic, the better. We're not catch and release. Somebody called Jennifer Garner. Wasn't she in that movie? And Josh Duhamel, catch and release, okay? We want to catch and kill in this household, okay? If you're a rat, we want you dead, okay? You heard it here first. So we set, 700 traps inside, outside, everywhere, all over this fucking house. And they come back in a week. We've seen no trace of les rats. What I think happened is that while I was in Paris, Andrew was freeballing in the jacuzzi, okay, with a brewski, watching one of the myriad of sporting events that he watches on a daily fucking basis, and he let some type of a bitch in, and then they vacated the premises when this bitch got home, okay? When I got back with my Jessica Simpson packed to the brim, they knew that I was going to kill those motherfuckers and their whole family, and then they left the premises because we've had no signs of any rat, raccoon, squirrel ever since. Call it a Hanukkah miracle, call it karma, I'm not sure. But anyways, it is the first night of Hanukkah. We are entering the official holiday season. And if you're watching the video, you're welcome for the visual. I'm looking gorgeous this Sunday afternoon. I'm wearing a Sensible J. Crew sweater, one of my Parisian yellow, like pale velvet oversized trousers. I'm wearing just my daily stack, my bezel tennis necklace. Thank you very much. It's lab. Don't get crazy. It's not lab, by the way. I lied, but I do have a lab tennis bracelet that I just bought that I'm kind of into. I don't like a lab rat and I don't like a lab diamond, but this is why people hate you, Jackie. Hold on. I got some type of a Parisian phlegm infestation. And because I sauna so much, I think what happened is first I fried my vocal cords from acid reflux because I had too much red wine in Paris. Then the mucus came later, okay? Like a flood when I landed on American soil. Then to try to eradicate the fluids and the nasal congestion, for whatever reason, instead of doing a steam, I went in the sauna pretty vigorously all week. And I think what happened, I'm not a doctor, but I think what happened is that the infrared heat dried up the mucus behind my face. So now what was loose and had the potential of leaving my body through my nose or hacking it up has now it lives within me, and now it's hardened from the heat, and it's been really difficult to shake. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm giving teen mom Nina Banks for the foreseeable future. Okay. My trousers have all come in. I also did another panic order from the Parisian boutique Mademoiselle, and I bought just some lame pants and some more trousers. And I'm wearing this sensible, my grandma, my sweet, sweet grandmother came over yesterday, not Gloria. I'm going to get to that bitch in a second because I have the most amazing Hanukkah present for her that I just finished. My grandma came over yesterday to see Clyde, and she brought me these beautiful pearls that my grandfather gave her right after they got married that she had made with this Judith Ripka, 1970s, solid gold clasp with rubies and diamonds. It's so fucking heavy. And she's like, you know what? I've had this in the safe, and I just felt like I saw it sitting there, and I would so much rather you wear it and enjoy it and have me living to see you enjoy a beautiful piece of jewelry than waiting to give it to you till after I pass. I said, morbid, but adorable. I said, give it to me right now. Instead of being oh no, Mimi, you should keep it. You should wear it. I was like, thank you so much. It was around my neck and it hasn't left ever since. Now, dissimilarly, Gloria, for her Hanukkah present, that bitch she wants to be buried with her things. She's not a huge jewelry connoisseur collector, but she's got a couple things that I've really had my eye on, and I've already told her profusely, I'm when you go, you'll leave me that bracelet, just so you know. It's not we're not having a discussion about it. That bracelet is mine. I have like color-coded Post-it notes all over Gloria's things. And I hold eye contact with her and I'm like, don't forget who your emergency contact is, okay? The life alert links to my cell phone. When you flood a toilet because you're taking water pills post 4th of July and you're trying to slim down from your hot dogs, guess whose house you have to stay at? My house. Don't fuck with me, bitch. I'm getting that bracelet. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. Post it. My grandma Gloria, for every holiday, she writes all of her grandchildren a check, okay? And we bullied her a few years back because it was, it felt a little cheap, quite frankly. I'm like, well, we're a family of 3 now. Like, maybe we multiply that by 3, okay? Because this isn't fair anymore. Like, what am I supposed Me and my cousins were all drunk one Hanukkah. We had all like been partaking in the martinis or whatever. And we open our tried and true, minimal effort, not thoughtful checks, okay? And we looked at my grandma and we said, you know what? Inflation is real. What am I supposed to do with this, Grandma? What about the time, the energy, the gas, the everything that you have? Like, we need to bump this up. Can we round up? This isn't even like a $36, this isn't even like a check you get on your 13th birthday bat mitzvah from a neighbor friend, okay? This isn't even kosher anymore. And we all were like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, fuck, whatever. But she listened. Okay. The squeaky wheel gets the grease and she bumped it up. Thank God. Now here's the problem. Sweet baby Gloria doesn't know how to spell. So for the past 5 years, she's written me a check for birthdays, Hanukkahs, Clyde's birthday, Andrew's, whatever it is. Okay. It's favored nation, so we all get the same no matter what, which is, listen, beautiful, okay? Baruch Hashem. But I think she intentionally misspells names so that in order to cash these checks, we need to bring a birth certificate, a passport, got to load her in the car, bring her to the Bank of America, vouch that this is a check for us and not for somebody else. She'll write like Kyle Hass. Misspelling Hass, okay? Clyde doesn't have a bank account. His name is Clyde, not Kyle. And that's not how we spell our last name. So it becomes too much of a burden to even cash these checks. So I have been collecting these checks for 5 years, okay? We're nearing a total of, I'd say, an entry-level Celine bag, okay? So I've been holding on to these. I have them in a little paper clip. And this year for Hanukkah on Saturday, I am presenting her all of these uncashed checks. And I am going to ask in front of friends, in front of family, for her to reissue me a check in my birth name so that I can go, buy a pair of boots or something. Is she going to? Absolutely. But I do think it is a really good gift. So I went to Pottery Barn. And I bought a 8x10 frame and I have all the checks like in the frame so that she's going to open it thinking she's getting like a beautiful framed photo of Sweet Baba Cloyd. And instead she will be getting a framed photo of all of her uncashed checks that she owes me. What she decides to do with that is up to her, but I think it's a really creative, beautiful gift. I'd love her to display it personally. But we'll see if she wants to do the right thing or not. Oh my God. I've been watching the Diddy doc on Netflix. Can I tell you something? I hate him. I hate him. I hate his face. I hate his music. I hate his legacy. I don't know how he sleeps at night. Okay? Disgusting. Here's my toxic trait. I feel like if I could be alone with Diddy, got a text. Oh, my sister-in-law just landed. Mazel tov. I feel like if I could deadbolt the doors and sit across from P. Diddy, For literally only 4.5 minutes, I could give him the verbal beating of a lifetime and just dismantle him. You know, I really feel like I'm scared and I'm worried and I won't sleep well until I know that he is being appropriately penalized, okay? Because he's got a lot of yes people around him and he's sheltered. He's in a celebrity bubble and I want to pop it with my fist up his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I need to bring this man down. I want to hold eye contact with him. I want to have a disgusting glass of chilled Ciroc and stare him dead in the eye. Spit it in his face, then opt for a Belvedere martini, and in a very low, controlled voice, say the following. I wrote this last night at, what time was that? 2:23 a.m. after finishing the Diddy documentary. I love myself. Despite your fraudulent run of celebrity and artistry, your legacy is tarnished and the imprint you leave is not of glitz, glam, bops, and Ciroc. It's a legacy of disgrace, misconduct, and abuse, one that will haunt and burden your family tree until the roots go rotten and the branches snap. How you slept thus far and how you will sleep soundly in the future is a mystery to me. You sicken the majority of the world. You're a buck-toothed, micro-dicked, talentless fuck. Your fans hate you. Your family hates you. And I hate you, Sean Combs. Get butt-fucked sans Rufalin in prison and enjoy toilet hooch, which luckily tastes better than Ciroc, you vile, inferior, morally corrupt, pathetic excuse of a man. Bitch. So that's just something I'm working on. What is it like holding hate in your heart? Pretty fun, actually, because I'm able to channel it for the greater good of the country. And, like, I don't know, just channel it into justice. So I feel better. You know what I did? I wrote that at 2:23 a.m., turned over, slept like a fucking angel till 7:30, okay? Like a solid 5-hour foaming at the mouth REM cycle where it was just like dreaming of latkes. You know what I mean? Dreaming of latkes. I hate him so much. Another thing that I would really like to discuss. White milk. What? There you go. Red leather, yellow leather. You got this, girl. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. White women, once again, ruining everything. The caucasity of it all. White women have fled to the internet to complain about the Pantone color of the year, saying that it's racist. The Pantone color of the year, ironically, is, would I say it is a beige? What color is it? It's called Cloud Dancer. I would say it's a lofty white that serves as a symbol of calming influence in a chaotic world. It's not a beige. It's not a cream. It's kind of like, I would say it's got blue undertones. It's kind of like what a sad person would paint their builder grade cabinets. It's giving Gretchen Rossi cabinets. It's giving matte black Pottery Barn hardware with one of those accordion swan like sink faucets. Do you know what I'm saying? It's giving matte black hardware and not in a good way. It's giving Louis Vuitton never full. It's giving, what are those sneakers that people get excited about? I don't know. Like, I don't know the name of them, okay? It's not fashion. It's not citron. It's not burgundy. It's not like a pop of color. It's probably a recession indicator, and it's sad. So, white women are coming forward saying that it's racist. I'm not sure why. Let me look into that for a second. Hold, please. Critics are calling it bleak, tone deaf, and boring, especially given current political climates, seeing it as a symbol of surrender or even association with white supremacy, while others found it uninspired or just plain white. Pantone intended it as a calming influence for a frenetic world, but the choice was seen by many as out of touch, leading to accusations of cultural insensitivity and a disconnect from reality, contrasting sharply with other brands' warmer, bolder 2026 color picks. They say that it's whitewashing, it's lazy, it's not a color, it's symbolizing a white flag, a dove. Okay. I think that might be a bit of a reach. You know, I say this lovingly, okay? I do think we don't need to make everything a political statement. I don't like the color of the year. Look around, okay? We're popping off the pages of life over here. But I don't know that it's racist. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't perceive it as being racist. I find we don't need to dissect everything to make it an issue. You know what I mean? Let's just, at a certain point, it's like the Mary Cosby effect, okay? Is she running a cult? I'm not looking into it. You know why? Because Mary Cosby is a gift. And let's just take that win and keep it moving. I'm never, ever, ever even slightly looking into any type of narrative that takes Mary Cosby off of my television screens. I'm not doing it. We have to maintain shrivels of joy when we get them. And not that the Pantone color of the year is a shrivel of joy. I think it's disgusting, disgraceful, and just unaesthetic, but it is what it is. I'm not going to deep dive that. What I am going to deep dive is Bethenny Frankel's Architectural Digest tour. I get scared to talk about Bethenny Frankel because she follows me on TikTok and she comments often. And, you know, I just know there will be a point in time where I will cross paths and I will be entertained by Bethenny Frankel. Bethenny Frankel has carried me through so many dark moments of my life. Bethenny Ever After is the Halloween experience that you never knew you needed. Okay. Poltergeist, sit down. The Exorcist could never. It's the scariest piece of cinema you'll ever watch. And for that, I thank her. I'm appreciative of the gifts that she has given me. Roni, early seasons, nobody did it better. Okay, like Michael Rappaport said, she was the Michael Jordan of the Real Housewives franchise. Now, her kind of boom bitch TikTok persona, keep talking shit, you're making me famous. That narrative, I don't understand it personally. There is nothing that I would like to do more than fuck all the way off, okay? My dreams, what are my dreams? What are my goals? Nothing. I don't know how to say this. When I see people grinding on the gram, being gotta hit that next milestone, girly girl, hustle, hustle, hustle. No, I'm trying to go to Paris, buy a bunch of trousers, have beautiful cocktails. I'm just trying to do the bare minimum to have financial flexibility so that I can renovate bathrooms and buy purses. Anything bigger than that, I'm going to leave to somebody else. I'm totally good. You know what I mean? And I don't get a half chub on the idea of my name in your mouth. You know what I mean? I just think it's the funniest thing ever. Keep talking about me, haters. Okay. It makes me laugh. I just think it's the funniest thing ever. It's kind of campy, low key, right? So Architectural Digest, I have a little bit of trouble with the word architectural. Peripheral and architectural, I'm not saying it right, and I'm never going to. I have dried Parisian mucus living in my head and rats in the basement. It's too much. Anyways, Bethenny did a Architectural Digest tour of her new, is it Boca Raton, Bal Harbor? I don't know Florida very well, but her Floridian home. And it is It is Home Goods, Wayfair, which she says there's nothing in her home from Wayfair or Home Goods. Don't knock it till you try it. Love Wayfair, and I love Home Goods. So I'm having a 12-person Hanukkah adult dinner next weekend. And I've banished all the children. I started with all my friends' kids, I'm like, that's 1, 2. Now we're in Chuck E. Cheese land, not doing it. So the children will be vacating the premises. I am chucking Clyde off to my aunt's house. He's having a sleepover so that the adults can be adults. I went on Amazon and I bought a vintage inspired drink fountain where we will be recirculating pre-batched martinis. And then I went to my local antique store. I bought a beautiful silver tray with these beautiful sterling silver? Is that what it is? I don't know. All these gorgeous, vintage silver bowls, and I'm going to do a whole martini bar with blue cheese olives, regular olives, cucumbers, lemon peel, and cocktail onions with gilded toothpicks. And then I've got the atomizers from Amazon, these faux vintage crystal bottles, spray bottles that I'm going to fill one with vermouth, one with olive juice. Follow me at Jackie Schimmel. I'll be posting all about it. Content is my life. There will be a photo booth and a ring light. Just kidding. My friends would quite literally leave. And then I'm buying the latkes. I'm doing a caviar dip, obviously. I'm making my dead mother's Hanukkah chicken. The color scheme is obviously a mustardy, kind of rich velvet amber, and then mauve. And I bought these beautiful, actually from Pottery Barn, go figure, I'll link them. Maybe I won't. These kind of antique looking mustard goblets for water that I'm going to be mixing with these vintage purple glasses that I bought 2 years ago that I've never used, with my pale pink plates. And it's just going to be so exciting. I also went on Wayfair. This is not an ad. This is just a woman sharing things. I went on Wayfair and I bought a myriad of napkin rings. First, I got some cane folding chairs because I feel like I just need to have spare chairs. I don't want to use a rental service every time I have more than 10 people over at my house because my dining room only seats 10. But I'm getting these. I'm going to go to the Home Depot tomorrow and I'm going to get some plywood boards cut to extend my dining table so that it can hold up to 16 people because the room has the space for it, but it's just too crowded for an everyday setup. The 16-person dining table is ridiculous and too big. So I'm going to get plywood made that I can lay on top of my dining table to extend the width and length. And then I'm going to cover it with my tablecloth. And then I went on Wayfair and I got these folding cane chairs that I can store in the garage when I have parties. I can bust them out so I'm not renting furniture all the time. And then I also bought these marble napkin rings, and then I bought these brass napkin rings with a piece of rose quartz, which could be leaning Z gallery, but I kind of have to just open them and see it for myself and see if they work with my tablescape. Everyone will be on the edge of their seat waiting for it, but I'm excited about that. And back to Bethenny Frankel's house. The moral of that story is I'm a hostess with the mostess, and I consult Wayfair quite often. The things that really tickled me about the house were I understand that she came forward and she was like, I never bought anything from Wayfair or Home Goods, booyah bitch mentality, and then started, flexing her real estate portfolio, which is obviously very impressive. She's owned a lot of homes. She's sold a lot of homes. She's made a lot of money in real estate. Mazel tov, Bethenny. That doesn't negate from the fact that the homes aesthetic is... it's not for everyone. It's not digestible. That was kind of her counter argument, is that she designs homes so that anyone can imagine themselves living there. And, she doesn't invest a lot in the specialties of design. I would argue that it took a lot of effort to install a chevron statement wall with what could only be described as peel and stick wallpaper. I would argue that finding 2 oversized mass-produced canvases took more work than just a beautiful piece of art. that's an investment that you own. I say this with love as someone who has floated flipping a property. Like if I was to buy an investment property, I would do it in a way that obviously I would not be doing, Vardo, Faro and Ball, like color washing and Murano crystals and disco ball melted tables. I would go, White Flower by Benjamin Moore. I would install maybe not marble, but like beautiful quartzite countertops with a brass hardware. Something that's like Pottery Barn, but amped up, there is a way to do it. That's, there's elegance, there's taste, and there's cost-effective nature. None of those things are mutually exclusive. You can do something on a budget that's also beautifully done. And it doesn't mean that it's not digestible. You can do digestible and tasteful, with not I believe it's a $6 million home. The statement wall. And those tables and the matching side tables that she has that are like, it looks like a tree trunk that was just cut at the root. And the rugs are just insane to me. And the kitchen is like a Hilton Garden Tulum timeshare continental breakfast set up with the waterfall, high gloss marble or quartzite or whatever it is, porcelain countertops. And then these like raffia light pendants. Oh God, don't get me started on pendants. You can tell everything about a person by their kitchen pendants. Write that down in blood. Okay, don't ever forget that I said that, because it says so much with so little. Circling back quickly to the Bethenny Frankel house tour, I thought there was just one statement wall, but after reviewing the footage, I think there's quite a few statement walls. And, the furniture is giving veneered. It's Tove furniture. It's a bit undersized, no? And then those fringe chairs with like the popsicle art and the window treatments. There's so much rattan. There's so much like texture, but like not in a good way, like in a sisal way, not in like a rich way. You know what I mean? It's very, it's Crate and Barrel. It's, oh God, it's not even Home Goods. Home Goods is a compliment, quite frankly. Are those faux orchids? Like we couldn't like invest in some greenery for the shoot, like the sterile tray, the undersized coffee table books are a problem for me. Just all of the generic mass produced canvas art, like the rogue little bench, the light fixtures. I'm not sure if I mentioned those. The floor, oh God, those chandeliers that will haunt me. That will haunt me. And so many statement walls. I am counting just in this spread alone, like 5 statement walls. She loves those oversized apples. Like we get it. New York. The throw blankets. Let me tell you about a faux fur throw blanket. If you want to send me into full cardiac arrest, pop on over to Pottery Barn and buy me one of those faux fur blankets. I would just like to go on the record and say that Jackie Schimmel doesn't like a faux fur blanket. I just don't. Now, on my sofa right now, because I'm just like really in my hibernation Nina Banks mode, I do have a Barefoot Dreams blanket that I'm so embarrassed by. Like I'm so mortified, and not because I don't think it's an amazing product, but the fact that I like forgot to put it away this morning. My sister-in-law just came over. And she's a big Barefoot Dreams enthusiast, as am I. But like, I keep that to myself. Like, I bury it deep. I don't present as a Barefoot Dreams girly, but like, deadbolt the doors. Like, am I in a Barefoot Dreams robe with a throw blanket? Yes, I am. But the fact that I forgot to hide it before I had company come over this morning, she was like, "Oh my God, I love that blanket too." And I was like, "Oh, I don't like, I mean, I like usually," and then I started like, and I was like, "Bitch, just lean in. You're a Barefoot Dreams kind of bitch, whether you like it or not." But if I had Architectural Digest coming over, I would have custom Pierre Frey, like like that beautiful rainbow plaid. And if you think I haven't tried to get those blankets made, okay, you're crazy. Like I want an oversized, like mohair, like rainbow plaid. You know what I'm trying to incorporate a lot into the home? Citron. Citron. Just sit with it for a second. On the count of 3, let's all say citron. 1, 2, 3, citron. Thank you. More exciting developments besides the fact that I'm incorporating citron into both my wardrobe and my home aesthetic. I watched the Eras Tour documentary last night, the first 2 episodes. And, you know, I'm starting to develop a newfound respect for Taylor Swift because I like that she went on The Late Show and said, you know, that people will ask her, like, why don't you take a break and let someone else, you know, steal the spotlight for a second, like give someone else a chance. And she very vulnerably said, I don't want to. And I think Taylor Swift is now more accurately presenting herself as someone who likes to fucking kill. She's a killer and she wants to win. And instead of like presenting as this, like, not that she might be this way also, but I think for a long time it was very much like girls, girl, like, you know, she wasn't showing like the ruthless side of Taylor Swift. And to be that famous and to have that level of a career, you have to be a motherfucking killer, okay? So you can put yourself in sparkly little skirts and cut bangs. But at the end of the day, that bitch is a killer. And I mean that as a compliment. And I think the more honest that she is with herself and the audience about her wanting to be the biggest, the best, the baddest of all time, we can respect the authenticity. You know what I mean? Like, that's who she is. And winners win and losers lose. And yes, is there a place for everyone? Kind of. But there's only one spot at the top. And she's holding on to that for dear talent life. And for that, I can respect her. Did I weep in the second episode when she gave $187 million of bonuses to her crew? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because at the end of the day, you know, she put her money where her mouth is. Okay. And she got a little candle and a little stamp and she wrote everyone a handwritten letter. And the truth is that let's just be a cunt for a second. If that was performative to be like, look what an amazing person I am, who fucking cares? Those checks cleared. Those lives are still changed. So the motive is kind of null and void because she did it and she executed. So for that, I say cheers. Taylor Swift in the marble bathtub. Do I need a marble bathtub? I'm not sure. Did I frantically look at what hotel she was staying at? Because I'm like, I don't recognize those London interiors. It's the new Rosewood. Spoiler alert. And I will be staying there on my next solo venture. And there is something very moving about the way that the Eras Tour really did bring people together in like a safe setting to just like geek out. I mean, at the end of the day, here's what nobody wants to say. And it's a compliment, honestly. Kind of. A lot of these celebrities, okay, are just big ol' fucking theater nerds at the end of the day. Like Taylor Swift, not in a like dorky bookworm way. Like Taylor Swift lovingly is a nerd, okay? And I mean, if the Bangs didn't tell you that, this docuseries absolutely will. And to create an environment where people can be fucking nerds with their fucking bracelets, okay, and their outfits and sing at the top of their lungs a 10-minute version of All Too Well that transports them to the 7th grade when they got dumped and half finger banged by their first boyfriend and they're having a therapeutic experience in a sequin top. Like, let them, as Mel Robbins would say. I would argue that the Dim the Lights tour had a similar but deeply dissimilar camaraderie. Now, instead of, you know, building a fortress of safety, you know, I think that what I curated, it all goes back to me, is an environment of like well-intentioned cyberbullying, everyone analyzing and making fun of crossbody bags, like vodka flowing, women in pajamas with like face masks on. The amount of women that I met at those shows that came alone and left like best violent friends with another person. I cannot even tell you. I remember I was doing a meet and greet in, of all places, Clearwater. And these two girls were in line and they were like verbally assaulting each other like sisters. You're like, what are you doing? Your hair looks like shit. Could you put some lip gloss on? Oh my God, she's going to make fun of your bag. You wear a crossbody bag. Oh my God, look at this bitch with her bag. And they're going back and forth and they have this like undeniable chemistry. And I said to them, I'm like, are you guys sisters? And they're like, no, we met at the bar. And they're in each other's weddings. Actually, I got invited to so many weddings and like people that they met in the crowd, like they're like best instant friends because it's just a common ground of being kind of rough around the edges, a heart of gold, massive cunt, like similar lifestyle, want to be in bed by 9 p.m. and like also violently talk shit about strangers. Like it's just, you can't fabricate it. Can I tell you something that is just ruining my life on social media this week? In this week's edition of Social Media Trends That Make Jackie Want to Stick Her Head in the Oven. The Bitch Shut the Fuck Up challenge. If you are not privy to this, I'm jealous. It actually does sound like a fun party game. I might float it at Hanukkah, but basically like groups of people, they go in front of the camera and they deliver their best delivery. Jackie, they don't make them like you, sweetheart. Shine bright, shine far, who you are, be a star. That's me. They go to the camera and they say, bitch, shut the fuck up. Now, the first one that I watched yesterday was like the saddest broken group of bitches. Okay. And they were like, bitch, shut up, shut the F up. Oh my God. Like so naughty. I'm like, spend an evening in my house. Okay. I have been trying to get Clyde to call me a cunt for the past 3 days and he won't do it. This is always the thing. I feel like the families that are like, don't say that. That's a bad word. Don't cuss. Those kids always cuss. But when you're actively trying to get them to cuss, it's so normalized that it's not cool. And Clyde has zero interest. I'm like, slap me across the face and call me a bitch. Like he would never. I'm like, because I say to him all the time, I'm like, bye, bitch. Like just kind of like lovingly, term of endearment. And I'm like, Clyde, can you say bitch? And he goes, no, mummy. And I'm like, wow, manners. Where'd you get those? Not from me. But I'm going to deliver my best bitch shut the fuck up because I have two versions. One of them is bitch, shut the fuck up. Or do I get like quiet with it? And I go, bitch, shut the fuck up. I think it's really just about the cadence and that up. I would prefer it to be shut the fuck up, bitch. Or bitch, shut the fuck up. Like something that's like not inviting a response. That's how I would deliver it. But, you know, these bitches are broken. Bitch, shut the fuck up. And they're like nervous giggles. They were like 30. Are you kidding me? You've never told a bitch to shut the fuck up? Okay. Never been to the Topanga Mall during Christmas time. I'm looking to have altercations, you know, like I really am all the time. And I have to watch myself because I talk to myself when I'm out in the wild. So if someone is doing something stupid, I'm narrating it. Like when people, this is my favorite shit. Okay. It is the ho 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 holiday season. I just went to the mall to go pick up some last minute gifts. Okay. And you walk into the mall, the main walkway. Okay. And then you get some dumb slut in an aloe set, okay, who enters through the double doors and then stops and starts texting. And you're like, ma'am, flow of traffic. How have you not lived long enough on this earth as like a semi-functioning human being that you don't know to stop in a walkway in an entrance of a door? Like, are you okay? Bitch, move. And I don't say that, but what I'll do in like a low murmur is like, oh, okay, yeah, we're just gonna stop, and yep, we're gonna obstruct the flow of traffic. No, I'm good. Like, I don't need to get anywhere. Like, let me just wait for you to send your sad text. Like, no, couldn't move to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. Move to the left. Move out of the flow of traffic. Blows my mind. Airports, can't understand it. Like, have you never been to an airport? This is crazy. At the airport in Paris, We're going through TSA. There is a woman who had engraved scissors, like sharp kitchen scissors, in her backpack. And it took an extra 25 minutes because we had to get our things, because she brought sharp scissors and she said, oh, there they are. I got those engraved. I thought they'd be fun for cutting ribbons. And then she had a water bottle. And I'm thinking to myself, and she had children with her. I said, how embarrassing to be so stupid in front of your children. How embarrassing. You packed engraved kitchen shears that you got like at a shop that you saw on TikTok. I was at that shop. I know. I didn't get fucking scissors. Okay. I got $200 hairbrushes for everybody. But did I get scissors? No. And you put them in your back satchel with a bottle of water so that we all have to wait while they undo your sad little lung chomp? I can't. In more exciting news, Carrie Underwood went brunette. I would say, she gave us lowlights recently, which I think I reported on because I'm nothing if not a journalist. But now, just for the holiday season, she is rocking an ashy brown weave. The gays are yet again sabotaging her, and it's incredible because not one person roaming the planet with that kind of income and that kind of access is busting the outfits that Carrie Underwood is busting. And many would argue, like, Heidi Klum, not great. Camila Cabello, at a certain point, it was pretty fucking bad. Hilaria. These are just people that are coming to me. Pretty offensive. God, who else is just so categorically, like, terribly dressed? I mean, for me, it's Carrie Underwood. It's so bad. It's so bad, but like there's so much effort attached to it. And she has no one close to her. Those gays are like, watch us. We're going to give you ashy brown hair color, like the worst base color you've ever seen. Terrible extensions, terrible clothes, the worst shoes you've ever seen in your whole life, like the worst hair, the worst makeup. And she needs to take pause and look inward. So that's just like some fun holiday pop culture musings for you. In the spirit of the holidays, I thought I would share some things that bring me joy, in an attempt to spread festive, good vibes to everybody during their holiday season, especially given just everything going on in the world. I want to be part of the solution and not the problem, and just name a couple things for the next few weeks that make me feel blessed, give me gratitude, hope, and joy this holiday season. I wrote some things down I'd like to share with you. Flushing an Ultra tampon down a commercial public restroom toilet. Just knowing that I can flush that twin mattress-sized, bleach and lead-clad tampon down a toilet without any plumbing consequences. It gives me a flush in the cheek and a pang in the heart, no consequences. Just effortless joy, just glides right down. What happens next? I don't know, and I don't care. Another thing bringing me joy this holiday season. Hold on. God forbid I memorize 3 things. Oh, Clyde's Shih Tzu adjacent underbite. I often joke that Leo/Richard, is deeply, deeply fuckable. And it does beg the question, who is the father when I look at Clyde's low-key underbite? I imagine him in headgear later in life, which brings me joy. And just seeing those little Shih Tzu like underbite teeth when he smiles makes me very happy. Bye-bye, Clyde. Another thing. When cum dumpster cunts that you went to high school with, that peaked in high school, start selling MLM products on their Facebook news feeds while simultaneously getting fat and ugly, makes me misty. Everybody knows a cum dumpster they went to high school with, okay? And I'm not talking about the popular girl, because maybe just the generic popular girl was popular for a reason, and you can't fault a bitch for being cute, you know? And I think, like, in my high school too, there was definitely like popular girls that were just nice. They were pretty and they were nice and they didn't have braces, okay? Like, there's two sides of the spectrum here. But there's definitely always one of those girls that was not popular because she was a nice person, okay? She was a cum dumpster and a cunt. And in that environment in high school, it worked for her, okay? The world was her oyster. And now she has salmonella poisoning, or maybe she needs salmonella poisoning, if you know what I mean. Okay, that was a metaphor. Follow it. Follow me. Come with me. Join me on this journey. There's one girl in particular that I'm talking about who I hope she listens to this. She was a little bit older than me, and she was, for lack of any other word, a cum dumpster, okay? She was not nice. She peaked in about 10th grade, I would say. She took no prisoners. Every guy was in love with her. She wore the lowest jeans that you've ever seen. She would basically tie a scarf around her tits and had the straightest hair, the straightest teeth, the glossiest lips, a belly button ring, like a back tattoo, and, you know, stay out of her way. Okay. She's going to fuck your boyfriend. And that's just what it was. You know what I mean? Now, life pivot. She is a mama bear to 4. Okay. She has a year-round door wreath, and she's hawking. Is it Tupperware? Is it essential oils? Is it leggings? We don't know. We don't care. But she has rebranded herself as, you know, just a mama and wifey for lifey prayer hands. And I'll just say this. I don't want what she's selling. Lovingly, okay? The forehead needs Botox. The personality needs lobotomy. Those tits haven't weathered the storm great. Those Frankie B jeans are long gone. Okay, and on top of everything, she's selling us a lifestyle that we don't want, lovingly, and burying her truth of who she was, the formidable years, the foundational years. She has buried those, okay, in a rattan chest from Home Goods with a couple pillows that say love lives here. But we see each other. And when I hop on that Facebook to do a little deep dive, a little click, click, click to see what that cum dumpster's up to, it brings me extreme joy. And I dedicate this episode to her. You know who you are, baby. I hope everyone has a gorgeous holiday season, and I will chat with you very, very soon. Feliz Navidad. Chag Sameach, happy Kwanzaa. If you're an atheist, have a cocktail for me. And be kind to one another. Okay, Ellen? Thank you.